Good day, ma'am. I am Elsie Lalunio, and our first topic is all about the inclusive education in an international school, a case study from Hong Kong by Twiggy Chan and Mantak Yuen. According to the case study profile of Chan and Yuen 2015, a knowledge about how the inclusive education in Hong Kong operate. It shows the policy, practices, and problems concerning the inclusion there. In this case study, it was suggested of being aware is much needed, especially in teachers who are part of inclusive or inclusion educational school in international. The teachers need to know about the principles of inclusive education that serves as his or her guide in communicating or interacting towards the exceptional learners. So in this case study from Hong Kong, they are focusing on how a teacher is being aware on the students with special needs, kung paano ba sila mag-handle. And according to the case study from Hong Kong, na meron din silang binibigay na ang school or mga katataas ay nagbigay ng mga policies, practices, or principles na kailangan i-follow ng mga teachers para mas madali or maintindihan nila kung paano mag-handle ng bata. And example po nito is the teachers need to have a relationship towards the parents of exceptional learners. Para po kailangan nilang malaman kung ano yung background ng bata, ano yung kalagayan ng isang bata or ng batang may special needs. Para po maibigay niya yung pangangailangan ng batang ito. And also, they need to monitor and observe the students. At kailangan din po na i-update yung parents para malaman kung may progress or may pagbabago sa kanilang anak or sa bata. And being a teacher, kailangan po na wala yung non-discrimination, na kailangan irespeto natin ang mga bata or yung mga exceptional learners. Kailangan maging fair tayo sa kanila. Hindi natin kailangan silang i-down, imbis na kailangan natin silang i-lift up. Kasi nga, sila yung mga bata may exceptional learners. Na sabi nga po na walang tao na mahina yung utak dahil ang mga tao may iba't ibang uniqueness na kung saan sila po ay may mga strength and weaknesses. At yun nga po, sabi din po dito na yung education is for all. Nabigyan mo yung bata ng chance na makapag-aral. At nakalagay din po dito na kailangan na hindi tayo kailangang maging madaya sa pag-aaral na kung saan dapat bigyan natin ng chance lahat ng bata kahit ano pa ang kalagayan niya o ang sitwasyon niya. But then, we should know our limitation. There are always a room for improvement. The teachers need to work with the education assistants with performing their duties on class preparation, behavioral monitoring, and helping the teachers. So, kailangan din po na mayroong assistant ang isang teachers na nag-handle sa mga batang may special na exceptional learners o meron special needs. Ayon po sa Hong Kong o sa kanilang lugar na meron daw pong specialist dito sa bata na yung sa batang may yung special needs, may specialist na nakagabay sa guro para mas madali or mas mapadali ang trabaho ng isang guro para alam niyo po kung paano siya kikilos o magsasalita towards sa batang ito. Kaya malaki daw pong bagay ito kung merong assistant or educational assistant ang isang guro na may specialist dun sa experience or may pinag-aralan regarding the exceptional learners. And based on the case study, the SEN or the special educational need students are placed in regular class to support their needs, and the school assesses 5 domains of proficiency, such as self-help skills, independent living skills, communicating skills, social skills, and basic skills of reading, writing, and listening. So, kailangan din na yung mga bata na may yung mga exceptional learners ay kailangan meron din siya 5 domains na para ma-develop yung kanyang sarili. Una po is yung skills na para matulungan niya yung sarili niya kung paano ba mas mag-develop. Independence living skills, kung paano dapat marunong siya kung paano alagaan yung sarili niya, kung paano uminom ng tubig, kung paano kumain, or kung paano mag-toilet, or kahit anong bagay na kailangan na kaya niyang mag-isa. Na hindi na siya de-depend sa iba para mas ma-develop sila at alam natin kung ano ba ang kanilang kayang gawin para sa sarili na. Yung communicating skills, kailangan din pong ma-develop ito sa bata para po mas madali siyang maka-cope up sa kanyang environment. Social skills, parang gano'n na rin. And basic skills of reading, writing, and listening. Yun nga po, bilang isang tao or isang bata, kailangan marunong siyang magbasa, magsulat, at saka makinig. Hindi yung lang siya, yung parang hindi lang siya dapat yung parang hindi lang siya dahil basta nabuhay na nilagyan natin ng boundaries ang kanyang pamumuhay dito sa ating lugar or sa mundo. Kailangan po ma-develop natin sila in terms of reading, writing, and listening para po mas madali silang mag-grow o mag-develop. Yun po. And these 5 domains of frequency help and support their needs. I am agree on some policies in inclusive education that the parents is certainly involved in the education of their children who have needs. Also allow students to find place where they think they suited that's provide in development. Furthermore, the students who register will share to their teachers all details, information, and records of students, which helps the teachers be aware on things that must to do and don't. But still, the inclusion is in the word of on progress in Hong Kong. Aside from some policies and practices the teachers performing, Hong Kong has 3 departments that established to address students' diversity, which are the Learning Support Center, LSC for students with special educational needs, CEN that could not cope with the mainstream. The Individual Needs Department, IND, is for support for the students whose needs can be accommodated in the mainstream classes, such as those with dyslexia and attention deficient disorder. The Gift and Talent Department, G&T, support the top 5% of students in each academic arts and arts subject. They help the students to enhance their skills and talents by holding extracurricular activities. The teachers has awareness, commitment, and knowledge in teaching students with special needs. All the teachers was also interviewed were therefore fully aware on the school's mission to provide inclusive education to all students. So yun nga po, tulad ng sinabi ko kanina, na kailangan may relationship sa parents, kailangan alam natin yung details or background ng isang bata para mas madali nga siya ma-handle. And the school or the teachers need to know the policies and principles.
Aside po sa mga practices na ginagawa ng mga teachers, ay meron din po silang 3 departments which is makakatulong sa mga bata na may special needs. Katulad na lamang po ng Learning Support Center or LSC na kung saan ay tinutulungan po nila yung mga may special needs na hindi makakope sa mainstream. And next naman po ay yung Individual Needs Department or IND na kung saan sumusuporta sa mga estudyante na may kailangan ng accommodation sa mainstream. Katulad po nung may mga dyslexia or attention deficit disorder. So last naman po ay yung Gifted and Talented Department or yung GAT. So sa top 5% po ng mga estudyante sa bawat academic and art classes nila ay tinutulungan po na ma-enhance ang kanilang skills at talents at nagdadaos po sila ng extracurricular activities para dito. At ang mga teachers naman po ay ini-interview at ina-aware sa school's mission, which is yung pagpaprovide ng inclusive education ng mga estudyante ang sadya pong kinakailangan.
So our next topic is all about the contextualizing inclusive education in international policy. The case of Sweden by Gunluger Magnusson and Kirsten Goransson and Gunilla Ladvist. According to the UNESCO 1994, 2000, and 2015, with the actions of UNESCO or COD, the idea of inclusive education has become a global policy vision for education. Although the nominal ideas of inclusive education is commonly accepted, it is a concept that encompasses many different definitions and interpretations. Sweden is interesting regarding both school choice and inclusion. Historically, Sweden had a highly centralized education system, emphasizing equity and communitarian values. Pupils with learning difficulties were to be identified and given intervention at an early stage. And the introduction of special teachers was to elevate pupils in need of special support. They are making teachers better. This government aimed to have more teachers. Regular teachers were to receive more education about special education. The teachers must know the information about the pupil's proficiency. Also, for the requirements like setting grades, as well as making an all-round assessment for the proficiency of pupils. Teachers are also to continually inform the pupils about his or her progress. They also holding a meeting with pupils and their legal guardians. Placing the inclusive education in educational policy is Sweden and the case that demonstrates the complexity of inclusive education to make law about it. I think they want to have an equal opportunities to an individuals who have special educational needs and economic discourage that give attention in an effective and sustaining the educational goals. The study that they conducted was pursuing to their main focus, which is the inclusive education relationship between education, policy, and political ambitions. The inclusive education gives an impact to the lives of people who have special needs. And the inclusive education, weakening the focus of disability, indeed, it makes the education for all. The study also provide some definition of inclusive education like focus on planning children with special needs in regular classes and meeting academics needs for them. But more on, this study shows the importance of relationship between the inclusive education towards the context of educational policy. So, dito po sa contextualizing inclusive education in the educational policy, the case study of Sweden, dito is parang binibigyan niya ng emphasis naman po kung ang una is awareness of the teachers on how handling the students. Dito naman po, hindi pa rin mawawala yung kailangan yung background ng bata, malaman ng estudyante because it is very common and very important details or things that a teacher should know. So, dito naman po, nakapokus dito na yung education para sa lahat. Hindi yung porkit may exceptional learner siya or bata na may special needs ay hindi na siya bibigyan ng education. So, yun. Parang dito din sa study na ito ay parang sinasuggest nila na ang inclusive education daw ay kailangan nakapasa or meron din siyang nakasama sa educational policy according this case study of Sweden. And regarding this, kailangan din daw po na yung sa education nga, kailangan din daw po na yung hindi lang sa mga batang, yung sa mga regular class or regular students nagpo-focus. Kumbaga is, bigyan natin ng chance yung mga bata na merong disability. At dito daw po, yung inclusive education ay parang ini-eliminate niya o inaalis niya ang definition na disability. Parang nagpo-focus to na kahit meron siyang meron siyang pangailangan or special needs or meron siyang proficiency or something na nangyayari or sa buhay niya, para pong ang sinasabi dito, kapag ang bata ay nabigyan natin ng edukasyon at the early stage, kaya po ma-develop siya na hindi lang siya dito sa stage na to, kundi kaya pang i-level up yung kakayahan niya. So, di ba nga po sabi din dito na exceptional learners ay ang lahat ng tao may iba't ibang kakayahan and it is giving a chance the exceptional learners to show and lift up their self.
Ayon sa UNESCO 1944, 2000, 2015, ay sinasaad na ang ideya na inclusive education ay kinakikitaan ng pangdaigdigang patakaran. Para sa edukasyon, yung inclusive education po ay sadyang accepted na, pero may madami pa rin siyang saklaw at iba't ibang definisyon. Kumbaga, hindi lamang ito dalawang salita. Ito ay may sadyang interpretasyon. Dumako naman po tayo sa bansang Sweden. So, ang Sweden ay isa sa interesting na bansa patungkol or regarding sa school choice at inclusion. Ang Sweden din ay may highly centralized education system na kung saan ine-emphasize nila ang equity at communitarian values. So, sa Sweden, inaalam nila or ina-identify nila agad ang mga pupils na may learning difficulties at an early stage. And the teachers are there po para mag-alleviate sa mga pupils. At masasabi rin po na makikita dito yung education for all. Bakit? Kasi ang inclusive education dito ay may impact po talaga sa mga taong may special needs or disabilities. Kasi nagpo-focus po sila sa mga ganoong may pangangailangan. At yung government po nila ay may hangarin na magkaroon ng maraming teachers and they are making teachers better. So, ang mga regular teachers po ay nakaka-receive or dapat maka-receive ng mga kaalaman about sa pagtuturo sa special education. Kasi, syempre po, dapat alam nila yung informations na mayroon ang mga kanilang estudyante at yung mga requirements po. Ganun din ang pag-handle ng mga bata, which is, yun ang pinaka-importante. At sinabi rin po na ang mga teachers ay continually dapat ang pag-i-inform sa progress ng mga bata. At dapat din po sila mag-set ng meeting with legal guardian ng mga bata. Nilalaman din po na study na ito yung pagpapakita ng relationship between sa inclusive education at sa context ng educational policy.